Hi, so I've had a couple of people who've been asking me, how do I keep my mat clean? I just got a new mat, how do I best take care of that? Or I have my old mat that's been sitting in my trunk and I haven't been to class lately. How do I get that thing really clean? There's a couple ways that you can do that. Number one, really be mindful. Your mat does retain moisture. So if it smells funky, it's probably because it's soaked up some sweat or some other DNA and it just doesn't smell good. You can give that mat a really deep clean by either putting it in a bathtub and really scrubbing it out, or what I have done with all of my mats in the past is I put them in the washing machine on a gentle cycle with a towel or two. Gentle cycle, they'll get a really deep clean, but again, remember, it retains moisture. So when you pull it out of the washing machine, you're gonna have to put that in a hang dry position for at least a day or two, sometimes depending upon the moisture level of where you're hanging it. It's hanging in your basement, you have a dry basement, it won't take but a day and a half or so. But again, always in the back of your mind, your mat retains moisture. So when you go to wipe it down, I always try to make it a rule. Please do not spray your mat. Don't spray the mat directly with anything that you're using to clean it. You can use any kind of cleaner really that you would use on maybe even your countertops, but if it has chemicals in it, it's probably gonna break down that mat quicker. So I recommend using some kind of water and witch hazel spray. So again, moisture, it retains moisture. The witch hazel is an astringent. It'll have less moisture and it will evaporate quicker if you're using a witch hazel blend for that spray. And then you can just put some essential oils in there. You want an antifungal, antibacterial oil to add to that spray. And I actually did make a little recipe a couple months ago, and I'll link that in the comments of this video if you want to watch that. But basically, again, just any kind of spritz or spray, and you will spray down a cloth. Always keep a cloth with you. Spray the cloth and wipe down the mat with the cloth. You don't want to spray the mat directly unless it's going to have plenty of time to air dry. This spritzer, because it's mostly, it's actually half and half, half water, half witch hazel, this spritzer will evaporate quickly. So if I do spray or spritz the mat, I want to make sure that I give it plenty of time while it's open to evaporate. The other thing is, in order to keep the mat surface clean, the surface that you're practicing on, the surface that you're putting your face on, that you're lying back on, you want to keep that surface as sacred as possible just by not turning your mat over from side to side. So if you're not sure which is the top of your mat, sometimes they're decorated and you can tell the difference. But if you're not sure which is the top of your mat, maybe just write a scripture or something on the top of your mat so that you know what the bottom is, and then don't let the bottom touch the top. One of the things that I notice a lot of people do is when they traditionally roll up their mats, they will roll it from this surface side onto this bottom side. And so what you want to do instead is you want to take this and you want to take it halfway folded. So you're folding clean side to clean side, and then you're rolling it up from here. And so always the bottom is touching the bottom, the top is touching the top. So that when you unroll that mat, you've got a fairly clean side, at least cleaner than probably the floor that you're putting it on. And then you can just maintain your sacred space. So if you have any questions, feel free to put those in a text form or email form, whatever. And I hope that this helps you with your sacred space cleaning. Have a great day.